Guy comes in with a gift for me.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wait, what?
I know he gave me a pair of headphones, like studio headphones.
Well, every time I come in here, I see you wearing those headphones that have the tape all over them, which you told me one time they were. You've had them forever, right?
I was 17.
Yeah.
So when they die, though.
So when they die, I bought you a pair that, those are actually the ones that I use in the studio to record records and stuff with. They're awesome. So I bought you a pair just in case you ever want to retire those.
Look at this guy.
Next time I'll bring you a new roll of duct tape. One of the two.
Look at this guy bringing gifts. Man, how our relationship has progressed over
I
the
know,
years.
right?
You come in and I'm like scared of you the first couple times, and like, what is this? Now we see each other out and we just have conversations.
I know. I read your book and I read your first assessment of me, and I was like, that's probably pretty accurate. But I'm glad that now you got to know me a little bit and see how I really am. So that's good.
Yeah, I'm not intimidated by the earrings and the necklaces and the songs and the flames. Because he walks around, flames everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he didn't go down the street without someone shooting flames at him. Mm-hmm. Pretty awesome. I'll talk about this tour for a second because you have two people that I really enjoy and that are fantastic, which is Lauren Elena. Pound for pound, one of the best singers in town.
I agree. She's amazing. She was actually on I believe it was My Kind of Party tour a few years back, and she was brand new right off of Idol, and we took her out. Actually, Luke was out on tour with me, and I think Lauren was opening for us, and I thought she was great then. I think she was really young and new and really kind of hadn't found what her thing was yet, and I think that's kind of hard to do sometimes when you're that young. So I'm super proud of her, man. I've known her for a long time and really happy for her success she's had over the last year, and she's got another song that's doing really good for her right now. So I'm happy to have her back out for sure.
And Luke Combs, when he starts singing, it's like he's punching a wall. Like that guy sings pure and hard.
Yeah,
he scares us. He's
great, man. I first time I heard his first single, Hurricane.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I didn't know who it was, but I thought the song was great. And yeah, and so last year I had a chance I went back to my hometown and we did a show that we've been doing the last couple of years, show for Children's Hospital there in Macon, Georgia, and Luke came and did the show with us, and I got a chance to see his show for the first time, and I dug him, man. I thought he was great, so I'm excited to have him out, and he's definitely having a great year.
The tour, same as the record name? Or
no? No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know.
High Noon Neon is the name of the tour, and the record will be something else.
So what's High Noon Neon? Just a tour name?
Just a cool title.
Okay. All right.
Not much behind it other than I just thought it was a cool title that was kind of visual and for lack of a better term, it's sort of like means day drinking, sitting in the bar at noon and getting over whatever you need to get over. So it's sort of another way of saying day drinking.
Jason Aldean is here. You're going through the baby process again.
Yes, I am.
Is it easier for you?
Is it easier for me going through it now?
Again, because you've done it before.
Yeah. I think it probably helps a little bit, the fact that I kind of know what to expect sometimes. But I also think, every kid's different, and it's been a long time since I've had a baby at home. So it's still, I think anytime a new baby is in your house, it's tough. It's just trying to figure them out, their personalities, and I forgot how much they eat. It's like all the time, man. Like every 2 hours, he's eating.
But does Jason Aldean change diapers?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
okay, I love
absolutely.
that.
I'm full throttle.
Your hands
Dad,
on?
I'm gonna do it all.
Do you mow the yard ever?
No, I don't do that.
Okay. Because you got a big old patch of land.
I got 140 acres, man. It's if I mow the yard, it's like an all day event.
But there's a difference in the yard and the rest.
Yeah, I don't do the
You
yard.
do any of it?
I'll get on the tractor and cut, some of the fields and stuff, but I'm not big on cutting the yard, no.
What do you do when you're home? If you're not, because you've been making a record over the past bit of time.
Yeah, you know what? When I'm at home, man, I just kind of like to not really do much of anything. I mean, the rest of my time and when we're on tour and all that stuff, everything is sort of scripted out. You know, every day is planned out, and you do this at this time and this at this time. So honestly, when I'm at home, I really just kind of like to not really do much of anything and just kind of hang out. And
you watching Netflix at all?
I do watch Netflix.
What
catch
are your
up on my shows? I watch. You know, I'll just kind of surf around on there and try to find stuff that I think looks cool and start getting into it. I like Stranger Things. I've watched all that. Ozark.
Ozark's good, right?
Yeah, I love Ozark.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. You know, I'll just kind of find different things, and I'm watching one right now called The Five. That's kind of cool. So,
is that about the 5 people? What's The Five about?
It's like I want to say it's like a British thing, but it's like 5 friends, and one of them went missing when he was a kid, and then his DNA turns up like 20 years later at a crime scene, and one of the friends is now a cop, so they're trying to figure out if it's their friend that went missing. It's crazy. I'm kind of just getting into it too, but it was just one that I saw on there and started checking it out, seeing if I'd get into it, and now I'm a couple episodes in. So
I'm gonna ask you this. I hope it's okay. You recovered from the ball game?
That was rough, man. I went to the game and you know, obviously as a Georgia Bulldog fan, we were all super excited for the game and excited to be there, and it'd been a long time, 37 years or something since we had been to that game. So we went, and it was fun, man. I had a good time, and it was a good game, and it was a little bit of a heartbreaker at the end, but it was just a great year for us and fun to be there.
I was gonna say, isn't it exciting that like Kirby Smart's there?
Mm-hmm.
He's turned that into a real life program, recruiting.
Oh yeah,
execution.
He was definitely the guy for that job, you know, and I think it's cool too that he played at Georgia, you know, and you know, he got a chance to come back to where he went to school and really, you know, in 2 years has turned that program around, and I think not only for a short term, but I think they're going to be something that's going to be pretty special for
look at their
for
recruiting
years.
class. They're going to be awesome the next few years.
Yeah, for sure.
Jason Aldean's here, and so I have this thing. I always feel, and I think you'll agree with me. Some of the songs that are biggest for you didn't go number one. Mm-hmm. Like some of the songs, for example, how about this one right here? Amarillo Sky.
I think that went to 4 or 5. Yeah,
4. Can you believe that?
Well, I'll tell you a funny story about that song. We were playing a show one time in Charlotte at a bar there called Coyote Joe's, and so this is before the song was a single, and I knew it was going to be. So, you know, we played the song, and I think that was my 3rd single. So we had a couple songs and you know, a couple hits already, but I was like, I knew that was going to be a single, so we played it for him. And I remember hearing somebody in the middle of the song yell out in the crowd and say, "Play something good." So I thought, well, maybe this isn't going to be a hit. I don't know, but I always love that song. We still play it every night, and
everybody sings that one back super loud.
It goes over great, but it did. It peaked at 4, so it was not a number 1.
Here's the thing that people don't know. Well, people know. Here's this one.
It's a crazy town full of neon dreams.
The fact this wasn't number 1, crazy.
Nah, I think it went to 2.
2.
Yeah. It's and another big one for us. And
you can't not play that song at a show, can you?
No, we play that every night for sure.
All right.
Laid a lot of memories down like tattoos on this town.
Now that one's different because that one went. If I'm
Go
correct,
ahead.
that one went number 1 on one chart and not on the other one.
It was not a universal number 1, though, Jason.
So, yeah. So
my point is they should have been
not an undisputed one.
And then I'll hit this one real quick too. Gonna know we were here.
Ain't scared to ride
Crazy.
this train, make a few more.
Of the last 15 years, 4
Hicktown.
of the
Hicktown wasn't a number 1. It actually peaked at 9. It barely got in the top 10.
some of the biggest songs of the past 15 years. I would say have lasted longer than some of your number ones.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Hicktown, you know, I always tell people there's certain songs that play like a number 1 and you know, even though they weren't. And, you know, Johnny Cash was one. I think it went to 5, you know. So we had, off the first album, we had Why was a number 1. It was our first one. And then the next album was Relentless, and we didn't have a number 1 off of that record. it wasn't until She's Country hit on the third album that we had another number one. So, but yeah, everything that sort of came in between there was.
And that segment wasn't a "Hey, you suck" segment. It was a segment of "I can't believe these songs are still so big and they've gotten bigger over time."
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, a lot of those songs. I mean, people can't believe when I tell them Hicktown barely got in the top 10 because it plays like a number one, and it was on the chart forever. It seemed like 50 weeks or so, 47 weeks or something. It was crazy, but it it did its job, which was to help sort of launch us, and and we still play it every night, and people love it. So.
It's a Bobby Bones show.